Only thing I hate about these tablets and their internet connections, for some reason, sometimes they just don't connect right like they're supposed to. So irritating. But anyway, what's going on? I thought it was gonna be good right here. It's like the sun's coming out over here, I end up having to move. Okay, let's see if this works. Just get on my nerves. Hello, how are y'all? Y'all doing alright today? Hello, how are y'all? Man, I'm getting so sick and tired of internet on the tablet. I hate this crap. One thing I hate about going wireless, it doesn't work like it's supposed to. So how was y'all's day? Urgh. Yeah, forget it. I guess I'll wait a little bit. All I do is get caught up in my videos, but no, dumb internet. So what are y'all up to? Saw a lot of people come in and nobody's saying nothing. I hate this Twitch. Y'all see it? I did kind of want to. I did kind of have some thoughts in my mind. I almost kind of felt like backsliding back into going back to doing what I used to do for work. I really don't want to do none of that. Not anymore. I want better for my life. Like, if I'm gonna be here, I really do want better for my life, and I don't want to have to go back to doing none of that stuff on a daily basis. I just keep feeling like, you ever have like that feeling like, like you don't want to, like when you don't want to subject yourself to something anymore, and you just kind of keep having this feeling, that like you're gonna have like some sort of unexpected miracle like happen in your life. It's gonna be like a major game changer. Like just something like something totally unexpected, something out of the left field, where like you don't even see it coming. So I've been feeling here a lot here lately. But it might be this. Might be YouTube. That might be the thing that I was thinking about. That I'm talking about maybe. I just can't shake that feeling. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let's see if it works now. Still not working. This is getting on my nerves. Hello, how are y'all? Man, it's dang internet. Come on, connect already. Usually can do that. Switch the airplane mode and switch it right back, and usually the thing will connect and it'll come back in like it's supposed to. Don't know what's going on with this thing now. I hate it. So what do y'all got? What do y'all got planned to do this evening? Nobody's really talking.
Everyone knows Warren Buffett is rich, but most people have no idea how he actually gets paid. Spoiler, it's not stock trading. It's a slow, almost boring system built around
I don't know if
dividend
anybody's
stocks
saying
that
anything. I'm
generates
not able to see
billions
anything.
even when the market is crashing. In this video, I'm going to break down
I can see I got 2 likes and I got 2 people on here, but nobody's talking.
And in the end, I'll show you Buffett's most recent buys, which might just become the next Coca-Cola that currently pays.
I'm gonna wait and watch later on once it gets a bit cooler, it gets a bit darker. It's a little hot for all that now.
Break it all down into complex strategies or big financial words. Let's ask the real questions. How does he do it? Why is he so obsessed with dividend stock? And most importantly, what can you learn from it?
Hello.
Buffett's often called the Oracle of Omaha. Splashy trends are the next big thing. He believes in owning solid, profitable companies that return cash to shareholders year after year. His secret technique? Buying businesses that generate reliable profits and then holding on to them forever. And these businesses
Watching a Warren Buffett video here now.
every few months just for owning the stock. Dividends are a company's way of saying thanks for trusting
I'm looking at
us.
the chat.
Here is your share
Keep an
of
eye on it.
success. For Buffett, those steady payouts are more than just a
Nobody's
reward.
talking.
They're a tool.
Hello, how are y'all?
Investors focus on price charts and market timing. Buffett focuses on cash flow, and dividends are the most reliable cash flow you can get in the market. Take Coca-Cola, one of Buffett's legendary holdings. He started buying shares back in the late 1980s, and he's never sold. Why? Because every year, Coca-Cola pays Berkshire Hathaway hundreds of millions in dividends. In fact, he's set to receive approximately $816 million in dividends from Coca-Cola in 2025.
Wish I had that kind of
This
money.
substantial income stems from
That would be
Berkshire's
insane.
ownership of 400 million Coca-Cola shares. each yielding an annual dividend of $2.04. This equates to around $204 million quarterly, or roughly $2.23 million daily. Those checks keep growing. That's income without lifting a finger.
Nobody wants to talk about
Multiply that
anything?
by dozens of similar positions, and you start to understand the scale of his strategy. Even better, Buffett uses those dividend payments to buy even more dividend-paying companies. It's a self-feeding machine. Money comes in, and instead of just sitting on it, he reinvests
I
it.
feel that's what we
The
all
cycle
screwed up at. We
repeats
did
and
not,
compounds. And
we
many
didn't
of
take
these
any steps to
companies
try to
are so
replace our
strong, they
income. We
increase
just tried to
their
make as
dividend
much money as we
payouts over
could.
time. So Buffett isn't just earning passive income, he's earning growing
I
passive
imagine,
income. So if you're
sometimes I think
wondering
about
why
like what
the
this
world's
world would
greatest investor
be
prefers
like
slow and steady over fast and
if
flashy,
everybody just
the
invested
answer lies in
and
the
didn't have to
quiet,
work.
powerful
Now,
world
like
of
how would that
dividend
affect the
stocks.
economy and
Let's
everything?
take a look at the core strategy Buffett
But
follows and how it
I guess you really
turns
can't
steady
have
income into
everybody
legendary
doing the same
wealth.
thing though.
Warren Buffett once said, "Our favorite holding period is forever."
I guess.
And that's the backbone of his investing
How do y'all feel about
mindset.
that?
He's
Y'all think the
long
same?
warned against chasing
Like you can't have
quick wins or
everyone just
bailing
be
out of new
investors or
companies too early.
just
In one of
everyone
his
just be
iconic letters,
workers.
he even said,
Well, they want
"It's
everybody
like
to be
cutting the
workers all the
flowers and
time.
watering the weeds." In other words, don't sell winners and keep losers. Do the opposite. Buffett's strategy is almost shockingly simple. Find great businesses, buy them at reasonable prices, hold them for decades, and collect the cash they generate.
To buy wonderful businesses. So now I would rather buy a wonderful business at a fair price than a fair business at a wonderful price.
But he doesn't need to sell to make money. He lets dividends
Hello.
do the work. Over time, those dividend
You all right
payments add
today?
up, and when they're reinvested wisely, the snowball just gets bigger. That's compounding in motion. All right, let's bring this all to life in the clearest, most relatable way. Let's say you invest $1,000 in a stock that pays a 4% annual dividend. That first year, you'll earn $40 in dividends. Now, instead of spending it, you reinvest it, buying more shares of the same stock. So now, you're not just earning dividends on your original $1,000, you're earning dividends on $1,040. Fast forward to year 2, your new dividend check is $41.60. You reinvest that too. And now your total investment grows to $1,081.60. By year 3, your investment is worth $1,124.86, and it's growing faster each time with more dividends. That's the power of compounding. Your money earns money, and then that money earns even more. It might seem small at first, but that snowball effect picks up speed, and when you stretch that out over a decade or 3, you start to see why Buffett doesn't need to sell to make money. He just lets the dividends do their thing, and the math takes care of the rest. So why does this pair so well with dividends? Dividends let you benefit from a company's success without selling your shares. Think of it like owning a rental property that pays you every month, but you never have to move out. You still own the property, it still grows in value, and you keep getting paid. Let's take See's Candies, for example. Buffett bought the company in 1972 for $25 million. It didn't become a tech powerhouse, but it consistently made money. And because it had few opportunities to grow fast, Buffett took the cash it earned, millions in dividends, and poured that money into other high-return investments. It's a playbook he's followed again and again. To put that into perspective, if John had bought its shares in 1972 and held for the next 35 years while reinvesting the company's copious dividends back into the stock market, $10,000 initial investment in more than $387,000 after adjusting for the effects of inflation. That means $1.9 in nominal terms. Buffett calls businesses like seeds cash cows because they churn out money without needing a lot of maintenance. He loves companies that don't just grow, they generate. And that generation becomes fuel for more investments. It's an upstanding cycle. This method has helped Buffett ride out market crashes, bubbles, and booms with almost eerie calm. While others panic or sell, he
Back up,
checks
cat.
and just waits.
I always want to come bother
While he
me.
talks about excitement, his quiet confidence comes from play out in the real world? Which dividend stocks turned this
You got these
strategy
mosquitoes already.
results? Stick around, because up until now, we saw Coca-Cola paying $2.3 million every day. Well, in the end, I'll show you Buffett's most recent buys, which might just become the next Coca-Cola. Okay, now let's get into the parts where Buffett's strategy really shows results. Over the decades, Warren Buffett has turned those investments into dividend machines. Some of the most iconic businesses in his portfolio have paid Berkshire Hathaway billions over the years just for owning the stock, and that's no exaggeration. Let's start with
Anybody in
Coca-Cola.
here?
Buffett began buying shares in 1988, and he didn't just nibble, he went big. Today, Berkshire owns over 400 million shares of Coke. That's a stake worth billions. Now, Coca-Cola pays Berkshire over $800 million every year in dividends. Back then, the dividend yield of his cost basis was decent, but now it's astronomical because he bought early during a dip in Coca-Cola share prices, and he held on. His yield on cost is now over 50%. This means Buffett is making half of his investment every single year without selling. Next up is American Express. Buffett began investing in Amex during a crisis in the 1960s when the stock was under pressure. Since then, it's grown into one of his largest holdings. Today, Berkshire pulls in hundreds of millions of dollars annually from American Express dividends, and just like with Coca-Cola, those checks keep getting bigger. That's the beauty of long-term investing. You don't just get paid, you get paid more over time. Then there's Procter & Gamble, another consumer giant Buffett invested in heavily through his Gillette acquisition. Though Berkshire eventually exited most of the
Hello, how are y'all?
holdings, provided plenty of steady growing dividends.
Just watching videos and stuff till I get caught up. I figured I'd go ahead and come in,
No matter what, like
see if anybody else wanted to talk and stuff while I'm doing it.
Buffett doesn't
We can talk
invest
about
in
whatever.
trends, he invests in habits.
Or we can talk about stuff about life or whatever. It makes no difference to me.
Buffett didn't jump ship when things were slow.
Well, I watch my videos, but I want to have a conversation with people too.
Well-run companies let them grow and let them pay him back. That consistency turned into compound growth. And while it's easy to focus on the headline numbers, the hidden engine here is reinvestment. Every dividend that rolled into Berkshire became capital to buy more stock, and many of those purchases were just more of the same companies. Coca-Cola paying for more Coca-Cola. Amex dividends.
Hello, how are
more
you?
Amex shares. It's the investment version of
Doing all right today?
and it made the snowball roll faster. What's even more impressive is the reliability of these companies. Through financial crises, recessions, and pandemics, Coca-Cola and Amex kept sending checks. That kind of dependability is rare.
Doing all right today?
Market, and it's a big reason why Buffett has stuck with these names for decades. When people talk about Buffett's investing genius, this is what they mean. It's not about picking winners. It's about building systems that generate cash like clockwork. These were the foundations, the plays that prove the system works. But Buffett isn't just living in the past. The next logical question is, what has he been buying in the last decade?